This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is the Print on Demand Challenge day 40. Yeah, day 40. Woohoo! So we are out of the threes and into the fours. So I went into today. I was working with my business partner. We were planning out some stuff for our business, and I was telling her about the print on demand journey because I'm also challenging her. I'm like, look, you can do this. You can do this. She's got a lot of stuff on her plate, so I get it. Everybody's plates are full right now. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in our lives. So we can't figure out where to squeeze in, what to do, when, where, how, all that stuff. So I just created on the fly this little mock calendar, and you can go out and do a Google search and download your own mock calendar. But the thing I like about Google is the fact that, you can get to it from your phone anytime you want to. So I don't know how many mock schedules I've put in here, but I'm going to go ahead. I'll share this with you guys so that you can do whatever you want. You can make a copy. Let me just make sure, since we're recording, I'll show you how to make a copy. So once you click on it, you can click on File and then go to Make a Copy, and then you can clone it. So I'll put the calendar in here. And the reason I'm doing this calendar is because I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was talking to my business partner. And of course, the one thing that I'm like, what the answer to this question is. Just like, yeah, but I don't have time. I have to be able to see it. So sometimes people are visual learners or visual planners. And so if you're a visual planner, again, you go File, Make a Copy when you gain access to it. If you're a visual planner, then one of the things that you like to do is you like to write it out or see it on a calendar, one or the other. If you write it out, you can use this little mock calendar if you want to. I will clone it twice so that it is here, and then you can just fill it in. I'll give you 90 days worth. Okay, so you got 3 months worth of calendar. You can change the month, and then you can put in you can put the day up here, and then put what activity it is that you're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and gray shade this so that's where you put the date. And I should have did that first. But anyway, so what are we putting on this calendar? We're putting on, yes.
I can't see your screen share if you're trying to share that.
I'm not sharing?
No, you were at one point and then it clicked off.
Am I sharing now?
Yes.
Okay.
And when I clicked on the link for it, it said access was denied. So did you say that access will be granted at some point? Is that what you said?
Let me go ahead and change the settings on this real quick, and then you can try it again in just a second. I will say anyone with the link. Good, done. Okay, now try it again and see if you can get to it.
Yep.
All right, awesome sauce.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So I like calendars because I'm a planner. I'm planning out. We have the rollout of our amazing. We have a couple of planners that we're rolling out. And as part of that rollout, I'm not going to talk about all the elaborate stuff that happens with like a massive product rollout. We're just going to talk about your next 90 days. So it's July. And when July is over, you got August, September, and October. You can use this to figure out your game plan for August, September, October. And then you can clone it again and do November, December, January, whatever you want to do with it. But the gray shaded area is where you'll put the date, and you can replace the month up at the top. And then these 3 lines are for you to write your print on demand, either ideas or activities. So how do I use this? If you have the digital planner, which is something we've looked at a couple of times, you can go in here, and I do simple math. Today's the 11th, and I'm starting today. I'm going to go to September the 11th. If today is the 12th, I'm going to go to September the 12th. I'm literally just going to go out 2 months. So 2 months from today. And if I'm putting together my calendar, hypothetically, for July, let's just say we're doing July. And today is July the 12th, 11th, Nicole. So it's July the 11th. We can see how many rows do I have. Yeah, I have enough. Okay. So this is the second full week in July. So this would be right here. I would put 7/11, 2022. I will clear this out. Okay, so 7/11, 2022. And then I like to do formulas because I'm a nerd. So I'll just do a formula so it pre-fills the next couple of ones. And you can see how I'm doing this. Don't know why there's a negative there, but okay, there we go. Okay, so this gets me through the end of the month. Sort of. We're missing the 31st, but that's okay. So I can come in here and you can like change the font on your version. You can make it smaller font. And if you're going to put together your game plan, let's say that you're going to work in your business every single day from 7 in the morning to 8 in the morning, and you're going to work on print on demand designs. So you're going to work on your main niche from 7 to 8, and then you're going to work on other opportunities from 8 to 9. So you could come in here, you can do 7 to 8 to 8A. Let me make this smaller. Hold on. That's big. I'm just going to make this smaller, guys. And I have to stop saying guys. It's just, please don't take any offense. It's just something that I say. I'm not meaning to be offensive. Like, we're ladies. Yes, I understand. I'm sorry. Okay, so smaller font. Put that in the others. Okay, oops, undo. Okay, so now that I have this, I can come in here and I say, okay, I'm going to do July the 12th. On July the 12th, if I am using this as my source, and if you have the My eCom Planner, you can actually write it in your My eCom Planner. You can go to the date in July and write this stuff in there inside the digital planner. So video games day, I could start working on designs, and that'll be the thing that I focus on for the 12th. On the 13th is positive thinking day. So I will work on designs and put up products for positive thinking day. On the 14th is coloring day. So I will put up stuff for coloring day. And then the 15th is International Day of Democracy. And so I will work on things that have to do with democracy. So I can come into my little planner, or you can put it on your Google Calendar. You can literally take a blank Google Calendar and do this same thing. You can put this in the My eCom Planner, or you can do this here. So this first one, I already forgot what I said I was going to do, which was the 12th I was going to do. Video game day. So I can come over here and do video game day. I'm going to focus on, I'm going to work on my niche from 7 a.m. I'm going to work on my niche, and then from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm going to work on video game day, giving me the opportunity to take advantage of, whatever else is happening out here that I can potentially produce income. If you want to make that smaller, I mean, mine's running over, so 8 is probably good. Yeah, 8 is good. So that's probably tiny for you to visually see, but I have this in my calendar, so I can just pull it up and see my mock calendar of what I'm focusing on today. So if I copy this in, just replace the text. So on the 13th, I said I was going to work on positive thinking day and coloring day. Okay. So positive thinking day, this is and this one is coloring day. And democracy day. I always feel like that's spelled wrong. But anyway, So as I'm working on my niche, I've got my schedule. Sometimes, again, people need a visual representation of what their schedule looks like. So this is just another way to do whatever it is that you plan on doing. And for me, I do like to do color codes because I'm a weirdo. I like to do this kind of stuff. I will color code it so that way I know that I'm switching to something else. So my niche work might be, I might do this in green, and then these will be different ones. So I know, okay, Monday's color, Tuesday's color, Wednesday's color, whatever. Or you don't have to color code them at all. But making sure that I know what it is that I'm going to focus on as I build this schedule out. So at the beginning of the month, when I talked about that whole monthly planning, spending at least an hour to do some monthly planning. And then once you well, you're probably going to need more than an hour. You're probably going to need at least 3 hours. That's my guess, because you want to go look at the calendar or just do a Google search on every day is a holiday, the monthly holidays, all of those things, international holidays, and you can throw that into your 8 to 9 schedule. So if I go look at, when I say throw that into my 8 to 9 schedule, while I can spend, of that 8 to 9, I can spend the first 30 minutes focusing on coloring day and the second 30 minutes focusing on whatever the big deal is for the month. So for the month of September, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay. So for the month of September, as I go down, you got Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. You got Neonatal Intensive Care Month. You've got Blood Cancer Awareness Month. You got Oktoberfest. You got Jewish New Year. You got Honey Month, Chicken Month, Chicken Month, Blueberry Popsicle Month. Oh, yeah, that would be a fun one. Square Dance Month. So there are people that are in, these are all individual niches themselves, each one of these. And for me, I'd probably spend about 15 minutes doing some research about some of these. Where are the festivals happening, or where are the events happening, or what part of the country are these people celebrating this, or something about this particular group. So let's say hypothetically Little League Month is, I won't use that one, Square Dance Month. So let's say Square Dance Month is super popular. It started in, hypothetically, Pennsylvania, and is super popular in the Northeast. Well, that's some helpful information for me. And maybe there's a specific color that Square Dance Month that they use or they have used in the past. And so those are all things that I need to know. I'm going to go do a little bit of research about these specific months. And then that way I can use that information. I can put it into my calendar. And when I sit down to do my designs, I've got a little bit of information about Square Dance Month, and I got a little bit of information about Coloring Day or whatever I chose. The other way that you can use this is you can turn this information, if you go do some advanced planning, you can turn this over to your VA. So your VA can go do some research on Video Game Day. Your VA can figure out where it originated, if that particular day has a theme or colors, if there's anything that's copyrighted or trademarked that you can't use. Your VA can go do all of that preliminary research and give you the data each day on each one of these days. So he or she can spit all this out and give it back to you, thereby expediting your process of creating your listings. So you share this calendar with your VA. You fill it in at the beginning of the month. So I normally like to do my planning for the next month at the end of the month. So the last Sunday of the month, I will sit down and I will spend anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, because I got a lot of stuff going on. But you may only need to spend 2 or 3 hours and do some planning. Fill out the spreadsheet for August. And once you fill out the spreadsheet for August, if you have a virtual assistant, you can hand it over to your virtual assistant. If you got some kiddos in your house, grandbabies, nieces, nephews that want to make a little bit of extra money and they like to be on the internet anyway, instead of being on TikTok, you can give them like an extra $20 for the month and ask them to go do a little research for you on these particular topics. And then you'll be able to take that information and create more effective designs for those particular items. And you'll also be able to speak to your avatar more effectively because they can go in, figure out some of the keywords. They can do research to see if there's any other stuff that's out there that's got positive thinking month, shirts, hats, bags, shoes, socks, leggings, whatever. Positive thinking quotes, they can give you that stuff. Positive, anything that's related to positive thinking. They can go do that preliminary research and they can go find out when that month originated, where it originated, and if there's any colors, themes, or logos that's associated with it, and quotes that you can't use from a trademark standpoint. So creating a calendar can actually save you time. And then that way you'll be able to come in here and be able to use your every day's a holiday or your every month's a holiday. You'll be able to use that to create designs that people would be interested in 2 months from now. You do this in, like I said, I do it like, I just go 2 months. I just add 2 months to today's date. And so you do this in advance and you get those listings up so that you can start getting some traction on the listing itself. You can start getting more eyeballs on it. The listing gets indexed. And those people that are looking for things to wear on Positive Thinking Day, maybe there's a big conference. Maybe there's, like Comic-Con, they all put on costumes and they go to Comic-Con in different cities. And so it's sort of a big deal. And knowing that information is helpful. So that's what I want you all to do. I want you to think about, when I talk about planning, I'm really talking about being strategic about making your money, because I want you to make money. I really do want you to make money. And the more strategic that you are, the better your chances are of actually being able to monetize some of your designs. Will you get a boatload of sales on Positive Thinking Day? Maybe, maybe not. You may actually discover that you were selling 4 different t-shirts. You created 4 different designs or 4 different hats or 4 different tote bags or whatever, and one of them resonated. Now you can create variations in different colors and throw that up pretty quickly and get more sales just before Positive Thinking Month happens. In addition to that, our Positive Thinking Day happens. And then in addition to that, again, people are ordering stuff in advance. They want their stuff to be there on the day of. So they're not ordering it on the day of. I mean, you might get some sales on the day of. They're ordering it in advance. And so if you wanted to take this a step further, you could actually go out, instead of 2 months, you can go out 3 months. Then that way your listings will be up. At the end of the month, you can go through and do an assessment on every design that you created. So put that as an end of the month activity where you spend 2 or 3 hours doing assessments on the sales. What were the things that resonated? And then putting together your game plan to rework or add more of those types of listings before that particular holiday gets here. So I'm going to stop. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can you see how that could potentially help increase some of your sales?
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't have to do every single different day, do you?
You don't have to. So this is where I'm saying, like, you got to figure out your schedule first. That's priority number 1. Okay. Once you figure out your schedule, right now you're focusing on smoothies. And so you could do a brain dump on smoothie ideas and literally just run down that list and work on smoothies and not do any of the every day's a holiday or any of that. But this is what I will say. What if when you were working on smoothies, maybe there's a specific smoothie that gamers like. So you put up a design that's still related to smoothies, but that has a connection to video game day. What if there's a quote that is cute and it resonates with those who love smoothies and they're smoothie addicts or whatever. And so there's a positive thinking quote. Then again, there's an opportunity for you while you're working on your regular niche of smoothie related stuff that you take advantage of creating something that has something to do with positive thinking. Same thing with coloring day. What if, you created maybe a t-shirt that had the smoothie fruits on it, strawberries, and it had red, and then, I don't know, broccoli or spinach, and it's green, and blueberries, and it's blue. And you put all those colors onto a t-shirt, and you created a smoothie related t-shirt that also has a connection to coloring day.
Okay.
So this is one way of making sure you never run out of ideas, and you never run out of potential income, potential future income, because these are things that are going to come up every once in a while. You'll listen to something on Good Morning America or to Today Show or any of the CBS Morning, any of those shows, and they'll mention, did you know that today was burrito day? And then they'll do a whole segment on burritos or taco day or whatever it happens to be. And so again, somebody's going to hear that, whether they're driving in their car or they're sitting in their living room or they're coming back and rewatching it from YouTube or on the web. And they're going to maybe look for something, be like, you know what? I'd love to have a taco t-shirt. That t-shirt that person had on, I need to go find a taco t-shirt. And then they're going to go find your taco t-shirt and blah, blah, blah. You just never know where there's an opportunity for you to get some organic free traffic, because you were the person that, in addition to working on smoothies where you don't have a lot of great competition, which is great for you, but you also created some products that resonated with all of these different holidays. And you can just pick one. Yeah, I just randomly picked one. There were more than, on the 14th, there's more than just coloring day on there. But again, you may decide that for you, coloring day makes sense because you're into smoothies, and smoothies come in different colors. So again, making the connection and being able to sell products to people that are interested in coloring day, and also still selling products to people that love smoothies. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it makes sense.
So when I talk to people who are like, I'm not getting any sales, I'm not making any money. And so I'm just giving you other ways to get creative and to think about your business and to make money.
Okay.
Does this make sense to the rest of you? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Makes a lot of sense.
All right. So you have access to the calendar. I just put some stuff on there just for the purposes of this exercise. If you are a person that is a visual worker or a visual learner, or you like to have a visual schedule, this is one way. You can take this calendar, and I will rename this sheet calendar. And you can take this calendar monthly, and you can do whatever you would like with it. Just literally clone this, so make a copy, and begin the process of building out your schedule. And if 3 spaces are not enough, we can add more spaces, but build out your calendar so that you'll have the opportunity to create a better working schedule for you. For me, 3 spots is not going to be enough, but from an idea standpoint, if I'm like working with a VA or whatever, then it works perfectly. I just need something that I can say to my VA, here, this is what we're focusing on this month. And then he or she can go out there, and I can give them the work. So I can give it to them on, June the 26th. Give them my spreadsheet, tell them to go find as much information about these particular holidays, any keywords, and I just randomly chose them. You can choose whatever you want to. And then have them come back and give me that information, so that when I am sitting down creating my design, all I have to do is pull up my information sheet on Democracy Day. I'll speed read it. I'll know what the colors are. I'll know where it resonated. And then that may give me some ideas on quotes that I can put on shirts. They'll also will have already done my trademark research, so I don't have to do that. Again, that all of those things are important things to do, because you never want your account to be shut down. You never want to get in trouble if somebody reports you because you're violating some copyright or trademark or whatever. So the day itself, if let's say Democracy Day is trademarked, well, democracy, the word is not. It is not. So you don't have to say the word Democracy Day if it's trademarked, You can reference something that's related to democracy or famous democracy quotes. Make sure that they're not trademarked. And if they're not, put on a shirt. And somebody that's interested in Democracy Day may come across your stuff and buy it before that day gets here. Because that's what normally happens. People buy stuff for Mother's Day before Mother's Day gets here. People buy stuff for Father's Day before Father's Day gets here. So go build your schedule. And again, I didn't give you a lot of spaces. This is only for your product ideas. So I can go add a couple of rows if that helps. Cassandra, do you want me to add a couple of rows to this? I know she's on mute. I'll insert 2 rows just so that you all going to clone it. Then that way you have more space. All right. So I just want to make sure that everyone is working on their schedule. Everyone is using that to help them begin the process of, building out their idea, their concept. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about creating multiples. So, bridesmaid shirts, family reunion, another one that's coming up. I'm just going to point this out while we're here. And I was doing Amazon Smile early for our nonprofit. Go to Pinterest. Okay, so Christmas family photos. Typically, sometimes you'll see Christmas family photos. Everybody is wearing the same shirt, or they're wearing the same pajamas, or they're wearing, like, you'll see the Christmas hats. So this is a good one. But they're wearing the same thing. So everybody's in cream colored shirts here. They might have, let me do pajamas. Okay. So you see these pajamas, everybody's wearing the same thing. You've got, potentially a different name. This person, they're selling the pajamas and they got a different last name on them. This one, again, the names on them, they're selling these on Etsy. So there are family photos that are taken. This one's a family photo. This is a great one where the family photo is taken and they're in pajamas. Well, as you can clearly see, people are selling the pajama sets on Etsy. When do you think families are taking their Christmas photos? When do you think they're doing that?
Oh, October.
I'd say July and August.
Some of them are taking them in July and August. Some of them are taking them in September and October. They typically take them before Thanksgiving, most of the time. Sometimes people do take their pictures on Thanksgiving. I can remember one year we took our pictures on Thanksgiving. But think about the Christmas card. So those who like to send out Christmas cards, that Christmas card photo is probably done anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks before. So around September, maybe even October, families are going to start that process of taking family group pictures. Or they may even take them in August, they decide. But they're going to start taking that family photo. They're going to send off their order to have the card cover and produce multiple cards, figure out what they want to write on the inside of it. So in order for them to do that, they got to order their outfit. What are we wearing this year? What are we wearing? I mean, I'm not a fan of the Kardashians at all. Not a fan. 0 fans here. And but one thing that they do every single year is they do a family photo.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Whether I like it or not, it's not like it's a new trend, but they are a perfect example. They make sure that they have on matching outfits or similar outfits, or they have the same pajamas or whatever it happens to be. And so, as we saw before, as I did this search, people will order their pajamas with the name on the back. So there's several different print on demand suppliers that will sell pajamas that are custom made. You want to start getting those listings up now rather than later. So that's an example of one that I would put up 12 weeks in advance, because I know that people are going to start taking pictures in September and October. So using my little mock calendar here, as I'm thinking about work that I'm going to do, I could put on here from 8 to 9. I can, do, Christmas pajamas. That's what I'm going to work on. So if I'm going to work on Christmas PJs, I could maybe put that here, maybe have Christmas PJs every single Saturday for all of September, for all of July and all of August, so that I just keep putting up more and more listings. And again, I may not be spending the full hour doing that, but I might be spending the full hour doing it. So I may spend 20 minutes doing the research and figuring it out, and then 40 minutes putting the listings up in that 1 hour. So that's how you can use this calendar. You come in here and you put what it is that you're going to focus on for the day for your designated work time. But you got to figure out what your designated work time is going to be. Okay. So Christmas PJs, put it on your list. I encourage you to sell some. I encourage you to do that. I've made money with Christmas PJs. And as you can see, there's clearly PJs that are on Etsy. There's a lot of them that are.
What to write on the shirts, and
Huh?
how do you know what to write on their pajamas? See, some of the shirts, they have something written on it. How do you know what the?
Well, I mean, this is We Are Family XOXO. That's easy, and you could do that design. That's not anything that's complicated. These, where they did custom. So they did custom dad and mom. When you look at this, so you've got dad and you got mom and you got son and you got daughter and you got aunt. So these are all custom. See? So if I place this order, they're going to ask me in my order with this particular seller, they're going to ask me, what do I want on it? So you may actually do them with their names on it. That's what the person may want. They may not want mom and dad and son and daughter. They may want, whatever grandma's name is, or they may want on the back of it, like they may want the Whitlocks. If that's what we want on the back of ours, that's what we're going to put on the back of ours. So your job as a print-on-demand seller is to find those suppliers that will do custom pajamas. And then from there, you can begin the process of creating your listing for the custom pajamas. As you can see, there's a lot of them. I have no idea why they have to touch the butt, but okay. So, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they have something on the back of them. So that's what they're trying to point out. So they've got them in pants, and they also have it in, you can see the shorts. And this could be maybe a bridesmaid situation where the bride, they have that party. Yep, this looks like she must be the bride and they must be the bridesmaids. And then you've got this other picture here. Yep, bride and then bridesmaid. So whoever created this listing did a great job of showing how to sell multiples. So this is what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, is selling multiples in volume, custom made multiples. Okay. But from the standpoint from today, I want you to think about this mock schedule up here. And I want you to start thinking about how you could use a mock schedule to help you in your business. As there are days you're going to be tired and exhausted. You can't think of ideas. Go ahead and fill in the schedule. Even if you don't get to all of them, at least you had some ideas. Okay.
Okay.
So this is yours. And I hope that you use it. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about multiples. And Wednesday, I'm trying to make sure we get all of the stuff in before we start working on books. Yeah. So there you go. I'll clear this out, and you can come in here and change it to whatever you want it to be. All right. That's what I got for you today, using your niche and other ideas, and then creating a calendar so it's something that you can work on. And remember, the things that you need to do is do the keyword research, know about the specific niche, learn a little bit about it, and find out if there's any trademarks or any colors that are relevant. So that's the stuff that you need to know before you start creating something related to Positive Thinking Day. All right. That's what I got for now.